Hi everyone, it's me, Krylios, Team Rayceen Productions MC and producer. And joining me today is our wonderful friend of Team Rayceen, Cecily. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I am doing fabulous. I'm doing so good. It's great to have you here with us. It's always a pleasure, collaborating with you in any way, shape, or form. It's so great. Tell me about your first time being in contact with Team Racing Productions.
Oh, wow. I'm trying to remember what it was. Okay, so I believe that Racine saw me perform at the Mayor's Arts Awards
Mm,
in 2017. Yeah,
yeah.
it's 2017. And the team invited me to be on the Ask Racine show. And I
Hmm.
think I did that for the first time in maybe June of 2018. It was
Ah,
around that time. It was a lot of fun, really, really funny, very entertaining. Everyone was so,
hmm.
so nice. And they invited me to do the show again this year, but unfortunately, it didn't happen.
Of course.
But I did
Sadly.
perform for the Art All Night event as
Oh
well.
yes,
Last,
Art on Night was so good. Art on Night was so good in 2019. I really, really enjoyed
yeah,
that.
the 2019.
Yeah, Cecily, tell me a little bit about how you got into music, what that was like for you growing up, and how you got into music, and when you really knew that this was the career that you wanted to pursue.
Yeah, so I was, I think, 12, and I asked my mom if I could take voice lessons because I had seen a flyer advertising voice lessons, and I just really love performing on my own, for myself. I shouldn't say I love performing. I actually didn't like performing yet. I liked singing, which is a little different. But yeah, she said I could take voice lessons, and I started taking voice lessons from the age of 12. And, all through high school and college, music was kind of my number one extracurricular activity for the most part.
Yes.
So I was in all the choirs and a cappella groups and all that stuff. And it wasn't until maybe my junior year in college that I kind of decided that I really wanted to pursue music, not just as a hobby, but as a career. And
Yeah.
from then on, I kind of started just figuring out how to write songs better, and learning more about the industry. And
Yes.
from there, I graduated. I moved back home to DC, and that was 8 years ago. And I just been figuring it out ever
I
since.
love it. I love it. Listen, you have such a wonderful voice, and every time I hear you sing, it's just so, so, so amazing to hear. And you're one of the artists, especially here, that has really adapted to what 2020 has thrown at us, and have found the different ways and different media, with how to reach out to audiences, still being able to perform, still being able to hone your art, to display your art, to perform your art. Tell me how this year has been for you doing all that.
2020 has been an interesting one, right? So I think for everyone, 2020 was definitely a year of growth. And I heard someone say, early in the year that this is a time for experimentation and to be entrepreneurial. And so that's
Yes.
kind of, I remembered that and it kind of stuck with me. And, I branched out into the live stream things, and I've done a few of them here and there. I haven't made it like a consistent thing yet because I still
Hmm.
want it to feel special. And, I want each show to bring something interesting and exciting and to be important in some way. And so I have had a good time working with my husband on figuring out how to use all this equipment, and we've
Yes.
really gotten the live stream shows looking pretty good now, which is exciting. But it's just kind of just growing and adapting. I was planning on recording an album in the spring of 2020, which obviously had to be put off. And so luckily I was able to get into the studio and work on a couple new things later in the year. So I think all in all, 2020 has been, for me personally, has been a wonderful year because I had a lot of time to sit and reflect and figure out what I really want to offer the world. And So it's been a good time for me personally, just
Oh,
to be able to be at home and spend time with family and not
yes.
be running all over the place all the time.
Of course, of course, of course. And I assume you've used some of this. Have you been inspired during this time when it comes to your writing, when it comes to your music, like just really, really being inspired, getting very introspective, getting very artistic during this time, looking forward to the future. Has that been your experience?
You know, what's interesting is that I have found that I really love creating in community with people. So I really thrive as a songwriter when I'm in a room with somebody and we can bounce ideas off of each other. So songwriting for me has been a little difficult this year in 2020. And so I've kind of had to, I've done some virtual songwriting sessions. They are what they are. It's not ideal. But I think that what this year has offered me is a lot of time, like you said, to be introspective and to learn not to worry about the future because you can't control it. So
Yeah.
to just sit in the present moment. And so I've actually really been enjoying like not thinking about the future as much, like just being in it and, going with the flow of things. And I think that that will lead me to have some really good material to work with going forward when I am able to like sit with people and really work on things the way that I prefer to do it.
Oh, I love that. I love that. And this year has been a busy year for you, when it comes to music videos, your vinyl release. Tell me about that because you have released things this year, and that's so wonderful that you are able to still, do that during this time. Tell me about those releases and how it felt being able to release new projects and new things and having them so well received.
Yeah, it's been wonderful. So luckily, I already had some projects lined up before everything got shut down. So that was really a blessing to have some things that I could share with people and, have some time to plan how I want to put them out. And so in July of 2020, I put out a new music video for my song Clumsy. And that was really wonderful because the project itself had been out for about a year. And Clumsy is definitely the favorite song, everyone's favorite song. And so it was nice to be able to put like what I find to be a really beautiful visual to that. And luckily, the some producers at BET felt the same, so they premiered the video in July on BET Soul and BET Her, their television
Hmm.
channels, and then also on BET.com. So that was really cool to kind of have, it's like as an independent artist, you don't chase approval, but it's nice when it happens. It's nice
Oh,
when
yes, I'm sure.
yeah, it's nice when big platforms kind of say like, "Oh yeah, we see you." So that was really cool, and I also have been working on new stuff that is on my YouTube channel. So
Uh-huh.
there's a lot happening, luckily. And also this year I won some awards while sitting at home, so that was
There
cool.
we go. There we go. I
Yeah,
love
I
it.
won
I
a
love it.
Grammy Award
Hmm.
for Best Soul Song for Clumsy, and also I won a an Indie Soul Award for Best Female Artist of the Year. So that was really cool.
I mean, that is amazing. That is amazing. That's a great way to really, top off the year, round off the year. Tell me about 2021. What are you looking forward to in 2021, and what are your hopes for the future?
Yeah, so it's really crazy. I think the main thing I'm looking forward to 2021 is buying a house.
Ooh, love it.
With my husband because that's something we've been working towards for a while, and it looks like it's something that's going to be happening soon. So I'm very excited about that.
Yes.
And other than that, like I said, I've really been going day to day, month to month. So I think that, what I'm looking forward to is finishing off these new songs, sharing them with people, and the thing is, like, the songs that I have now that I'm planning to record, have been written for a long time.
Ah,
And I just haven't been able to actually like finish them because of everything. So in my mind, it's like I already have the next album planned. You know what I mean? So I put out Awakening Part 1 in 2019. The
mhm.
plan was to put out Awakening Part 2 in 2020, but I had to delay that to 2021. So I'm already thinking about the next project after that that I'm now writing for, and I'm looking forward to that one because I the concept is really beautiful to me. So hopefully in late
Oh, I'm
2021
excited.
we'll have another album too.
Alrighty, alrighty. I love that, and I look forward to that so much. Cecily, before I let you go, could you share with our viewers how they can keep up with you, how they can find your music, and how they can follow you?
Yes, of course. So you can find all of my music on any streaming platform as well as iTunes as well. So just search my first name, Cecily, that's Cecily. And you can find me on Spotify, Apple Music, Pandora, Google Play, Tidal, everywhere. YouTube as well. If you'd like to check out my music videos, like we talked about, my YouTube channel is called Cecily Music. And if you'd like to follow me on Instagram, or Twitter, or I just starting a TikTok as well. You can follow me on TikTok.
Okay.
It's at Cecily Alexa, which is spelled Cecily Alexa.
Oh, thank you so much. And viewers, the links will be in the description. Cecily, thank you so much for joining me today. It has been
Thank
such
you.
a pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate
Thank
it.
you, of course. And to our viewers, thank you for watching.